book was always popular. The original book, The Handmaid's Tale, came out in the mid-1980s and has been read by generations of women who felt it really spoke to them, that it was really important. And then, of course, interest peaked again when the TV series was made and it was brought to a whole new generation. And women who were protesting around the world, women who felt that they had a political protest to make, or started to adopt the distinctive costumes. You can see them there, the red costumes and the white hats, the blinkers. So it was something that really spoke to women, or seemed to speak to women for many years. So the news that there was going to be a sequel was described even before the book was published as absolutely a literary sensation. And it was, of course, nominated for the Booker Prize this year. It's on the shortlist now, even though readers are only getting their hands on it today. So the first book was extremely popular, and now the news of the second one, the very idea that there would be a second one, has been making news for quite a while.
Okay. Well, her 1985 account of that sort of totalitarian figure, why do you think, I mean, you touched upon it just there, but why do you think it had so much resonance that it's become a cultural event?
Yes, I suppose women really felt it spoke to them. You know, she was writing in a particular era. She was writing in the 1980s. It's clear from reading this new book that obviously Margaret Atwood keeps up with current events, and that she is writing the new book also with an eye to what's going on in the world at the moment, still very much keeping up with that. So I suppose women felt even visually wearing the red cloak was something that when they were protesting, they could make their point very specifically. So it really has been speaking to generations. And funny, I was doing some reporting myself in Dublin this morning, and I spoke to some women who have read the books with their mothers and are now buying the books for their mothers. So it really seems to have spoken to generations of women.
Okay. Well, there was a enormously tight ring of security around the release of the book, with those few people who had a chance to actually glimpse it or read it for review, giving their accounts. But people you've spoken to, you mentioned there, what have they made of it so far?
Well, I was one of the lucky ones in that I got it last Friday, so I was able to spend the weekend reading it. And it's a great book. It's quite different in tone to the original. It's more of a thriller. It's extremely pacey. It moves very quickly. And whereas the first book was everything was seen through the eyes of the one woman, the central character, in this book there are three women. And you also get to learn about life outside Gilead and about the fact that there is a resistance happening. And one character in particular is based in Canada, and her parents are involved with helping women get out. So this is very much a political thriller, fast moving. A lot of the questions, and Margaret Atwood has said this herself, a lot of the questions that readers had at the end of the first book will be answered. And you can see pressure coming on Gilead, and you can see cracks starting to appear in the world that we first encountered in The Handmaid's Tale.